The second civil trial between Donald Trump and writer E. Jean Carroll is underway. The former president appeared in court earlier today. Carroll is seeking at least $10 million in additional damages for comments Trump made in 2019, denying he sexually assaulted her and accusing Carroll of lying about her claims. Back in May, a jury found Trump liable for the sexual abuse and defamation of Carroll and awarded her $5 million in damages. CBS News investigative reporter Graham Cates joins us now from outside the New York City court, where jury selection wrapped up just a short time ago. And Graham, talk to us. I think it's important to clarify how this trial is different from the case that we watched play out just a few months ago.
Sure. Now, this trial is just about damages. That previous trial was about a separate defamation claim and sexual abuse, and Trump was found liable of both of those claims. And now this trial is about another set of defamation. And in fact, he's been found liable for this other set of defamation by the judge here. And all the jury is deciding is how much more he owes E. Jean Carroll in addition to the $5 million she's already been awarded at that first trial when Trump was found liable for sexual abuse and defamation. I know that's kind of confusing, but that's where we are today.
I see. So, Graham, I understand that jury selection is done now. So what comes next? What happens next?
Any minute now, the two sides are going to begin their opening statements. That is expected to take up for the rest of the day. And then after that, then we'll go with kind of the trial in earnest. So there'll be about an hour and a half of opening statements for Trump's side as well as E. Jean Carroll's side.
So I think one thing that is important, given the last case and the result of that, the judge said that Trump can testify on Monday. What can he and what can he not say when he shows up next week?
Well, this is really interesting. And again, they haven't actually committed to him testifying. His team has put him on the witness list. He has said he wants to testify. But after he said he wants to testify, the judge put in these restrictions. He can't come up and deny sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll. He can't say that she lied about the sexual abuse because, again, this is a trial that isn't. That's not a question in this trial. It's only about the damages he will owe her for denying the sexual abuse. So he's not allowed to come up here and say a lot of the things we hear in public. He can't criticize the judge. He can't deny any of these allegations. So what he is allowed to testify at is actually kind of a bigger question, and that's one that Carroll's attorneys have raised. He's not an expert on damages. He can't come up there and say, I don't have enough money, because famously he's a billionaire. And so I think there's a real question about what exactly that testimony will be if, in fact, he does testify.
That's such an interesting point. I mean, we have seen him, as they say, campaign in the courthouse, in the courtroom, but in this case, seems like it's limited what he can use that stand for. Graham Cates, thank you so much.
Thank you.